friends, it's Becky here with The Creator and Me. I am making over the pantry. I'm starting with can holders that I got building plans from annawhite.com. These are really simple builds. I went ahead and used wood glue and first tacked everything with the brad nailer and pre-drilled and went in with screws just to give this extra strength to hold all the weight. It's just 1x3 materials, really simple cuts. There's only a few angled cuts at a 15-degree miter, but here is my specs that I used. I did make them a little less wide, but otherwise these builds were just so easy. I did make them to fit the cans so that they were really tight on this side wall. I'm getting them sprayed white and I'm getting them in place. I had to pull a strip out of the corner of the mobile home, just one of those mobile home strips that we did have left in the pantry. And starting by resting that first one on the base, you could see I planed an area out there because it was so tight, like we needed to take a little material off because if they're resting against the shelves there. And here is my mess of cans, and it's time to load these can organizers. I'm so excited to have them. It has eliminated so much extra mess. And here is the excess with expiration dates quite a bit away from now. So these are the ones we needed to use first, and I have a lot of open room. I was so pleased to find these dog food storage containers with wheels that I was able to just roll under this bottom ledge to hold these dry goods. I hated them just resting on the floor. This 25-pound bag of rice and some excess from another one fit so well. They really move well, and I decided I wanted the rice one easily accessible first. The other one has flour and excess sugar in it. I have room for a third off to the side, but I'm currently going ahead and storing my oils. I think they're fine without a bin. I purchased these 2 stacking bins from the Dollar Tree Plus section. They were $5 a piece, and these little clips move over and they stack on one another. I think they're really awesome. I'm going to use the top one for chips and the bottom for produce. Besides staring at my canned meats, we are going to go ahead and work on this light. We've had issues with this light and the way the pull chain works, and it just didn't seem like enough lighting. So we went ahead and I pulled the globe off completely, and I'm replacing that bulb with a daylight bulb. Those make all the difference. If you could just see that little transition there. And I'm going to go ahead and give the light a new pull chain. It's something that has broken in the past. We've had times where it's just been completely on or completely off. So I'm glad to have this. It's just a simple fix. It's just one of those things that you keep putting off. And it's inconvenient, honestly. So now it has a cute little pull chain and I can easily on and off. It's so nice. Bye-bye to that old bulb and globe. Okay, on to making bins. And yes, I am using cardboard boxes. I was able to get these cardboard boxes for $1 a piece. One is a little less wide at around 8 inches and the other one's 15 wide, but they're both end up being 12 inches deep, which is what I had for depth in my pantry. So if you can see the little boxes in the background, I had like a vision. I don't know if it's because I did a beadboard bathroom, but I wanted to go ahead and do an affordable bin. Dollar Tree bins they're weird and tapered, or they're such a cheap plastic they give out. And I just refused to spend tons of money on bins. I wasn't going to put out $10 a bin or anything like that to get what I needed in this pantry, because it takes a lot of bins for organization, right? I went ahead and cut those side panels off, and I glued a double layer of box onto the bottom on the inside, and you can see that's nice and smooth in the front. I made the measurement of 7 inches in the front of the box, just to the back height of the initial size. So I really liked that height. I felt like that was good. I want to be able to access my items easily, At the same time, I don't really want to have a full visual of them, and I might not want to pull the bin completely out to get to the items. I've thought of all these things. I had a test basket in my pantry for quite a while, and it's honestly worked. The biggest thing I realized I needed was stabilizing it in the front. So you can see I got my nice tapered cut, and I'm using old sticks, like paint stir sticks I used in my garden. So you can see it says like peppers and random veggies on these sticks. For all these steps, I would definitely recommend a really sharp razor blade. And I really enjoy the ease of these miter shears. Now, it took me 4 cuts to get through this thicker 5-gallon stir stick. It's pretty heavy duty, so I'm using my miter shears, giving these a fresh cut to fit the front of the box. And now it's just time to do the unnecessary parts. Like, this is extra. I have really realized this is extra. And I'm someone who has not been good with crafting lately. I feel my time is more valuable being a working person, or I don't know, other things. And I've lost my love for crafting, but I'm eyeballing my marks here and just eyeballing the glue and just doing 2 skewers for each stripe on the box. And I'm just taking my time. I'm trying to enjoy this process. I really want a good looking bin that's just not like anything else that you can find in a store, and trying to make them look nice and stable and secure and cheap all at the same time. I'm going ahead and gluing skewers on that runner so you don't see the corrugated where I cut it. And honestly, that thick wood paint stick on the front makes them so strong. Now I'm working with my shelves. I'm glad to have nice wood shelves here. They really hold a lot of weight. We did spray these shelves white before we moved in when we painted our kitchen cabinets, if you haven't gotten to see that kitchen remodel video. But they're like a fiberboard and they've had some swollen areas and they're kind of unattractive. So I'm wanting to go ahead and get that wood and white look, and so I just went to the Dollar Tree and picked up wood contact paper. I liked the darker wood better than the lighter oak one that they also have available, and I'm just getting it cut to my shelf. Okay, so I realized quickly that the adhesive on this contact paper isn't the best. So I decided to go ahead and take caulking and caulk in around the back of the contact paper just to help secure it in place over time. This is me doing the second shelf. I got more and more efficient at it. I'm taking this shelf out that we built ages ago, and I'm giving everything a fresh coat of white just to neutralize all the other color tones in the space. I built these ledges here from scrap wood for my canning goods. I built one at about 5 inches high to go in the back so that the smaller pint jars can fit nicely underneath, and then the large quarts can sit on top, and the second smaller so everything tiered down. I really like the storage that all of this offers. Just having that little tiered effect makes a lot of difference and still allows for me to kind of double stack and utilize every inch. So everything's dried off. I've gotten up to 3 shelves papered at this point, and I'm going ahead and putting felt pads on all the things that I built, and just for things to have good movement and not scratch and scuff or tear things up. I found this Lazy Susan in my decor and I've not used it in so long, and I'm like, I'm gonna use it in my pantry because number one, I do want some aesthetic and I need the function. I'm using these old Dollar Tree plastic can holders to go ahead and use for snacks. I had my cans in it previously on this little shelf before I built the can holders. And so I thought, you know, this will be really good for the packaged snacks. I don't buy a lot of those, but just something, you know, for the kids to grab on the go. We try to only use those when we leave the house and other snacks are eaten while we're here. But I'm just juggling things to see where they'll, you know, serve kids best and be at a good reach. And I really like the snacks here on the second shelf. I went ahead and filled the Lazy Susan with all of our quick grab things: hot sauces, peanut butter fluff, Nutella, quick condiments like that. I love these bread holders. I didn't really show you them new. I just bought them recently for this makeover, but I put them right to use. They're so great because bread no longer gets smashed or dried out. I had this extra jar that was just sitting around for decor, and I decided to go ahead and utilize it for granola bars, breakfast bars, anything like that. I just got a big value pack from Walmart, and we're just going to go ahead and get her filled up. I really like the idea of utilizing a lot of what I have, having still a little bit of uniformity with all the bins. But I did go out and buy this $8 tiered organizer, and I'm going to go ahead and put my boxed pastas on there. I do have a bin that I'm going to need for like bagged pastas, but I liked the idea again of having that tiered effect. It's a good visual. Now, if you didn't think I was crazy, here's your opportunity. This is extra on the extra, but let's talk about finishing these bins. I went ahead and gave one a paint job and realized I really hated all the gapping from where these skewers were hot glued to the face, so I decided to caulk them in. Is this necessary? No. No, it's not. I went ahead and purchased Waverly chalk paint in the color Moss to go ahead and give these bins a finish. I chose a tan color at first and felt like it was again very, very neutral, and I wanted a little color. I wanted the space to be neutral, and adding color with these bins made my heart happy. So you can see this Waverly chalk paint had great coverage. I chose to use this instead of a cheaper brand paint because one coat did the trick. They just look so charming. Now, to be resourceful, I didn't paint every inch of the box. I didn't get to the bottom or behind the front panel, the back, or the bottom side of the box. So here they all are. I did not bore you by organizing all my items into each bin, but I have 9 total bins. 1 bottle of the Waverly chalk paint covered all 9 of these bins. I have 4 big ones and 5 small ones. So it was amazing coverage, and I'm just going in here and I'm labeling them with just dollar stickers from Walmart. They even have a little bit of a metallic look, but again, I just wanted to be able to take these labeling off if necessary. I'm using a scrapbooking hack here where I am just setting up the letters and the top of the sticker sheet and then sticking the word on all at once. It's a good trick. Luckily I had just enough, but I almost ran out of A's and S's. So now I'm getting all these bins put into the pantry. And I'm just using leftover paint stir sticks to go ahead and make a pantry sign. I had these Dollar Tree stickers left over from another little project, and luckily I had all the letters, and so this was just free to me, little addition to the pantry. I just hung this sign up with Velcro command strips, and I would say it's finito. This is it. Here is the reveal of the pantry. The greatest investment in this pantry were these DIY wall can holders. I would say they were about $20 to $25 a piece, and I built 3. Now, I did have some of this lumber on hand, so things were a little more affordable for me. I went ahead and used this shelf that my son hung up for me. It was in my daughter's room with L brackets on it and everything, and I put it up there for paper towel. It might not hold a whole Sam's package, but it'll do the job. I love the little pantry sign up there and this Lazy Susan full of what we need. It's a little bit busy in here, but I do love the uniformity of these bins and how you can get things in and out easily. I just love the function of kind of like the mixed items, some things loose and things that don't sit well or things that need structure are in a bin. And these dog food containers were about 20 a piece. And I'm so glad not to have so many loose items on the floor. This is the go-to bin for all the snacks and goodies for a majority of our family. And so I love that this is just kind of front and center with these easy grab items. I'm an Italian girl and I love having my pasta on display. My paper goods are up in this wicker basket up top. And I would say we eat rice quite a few times a week, so having this just at an easy grab is so nice. I stored this drink canister and s'mores caddy in this unused corner. All my canned items and bulk items are just sitting out but aren't front and center when you're looking into the pantry. So here's our chips, and the potatoes and onions sit nicely on the bottom there, making no extra mess. I love this collapsible little picnic basket. It's great to take things on the go. In breaking down all the materials I used for my bins, I believe costs were less than $3 a bin. Overall, all of this was a time investment. I know I saved a lot of money doing a lot of this work myself, and I'm really glad how this turned out. Thank you so much for joining me today as we made over this space. It was so needed. The avalanche that once was my pantry is gone. It's taken a little bit of time, but so worth it. See you in the next video.